Okay, I'll try to keep it slow so that there's no issue later.
Yeah, because if you can speak a bit in a slower pace, because your voice is cutting off, so I'm not able to make it.
Okay, I'll try to make it like really slow. Okay.
My voice
Um,
is clear.
yes, you're
Okay.
audible completely. Okay. So, namaste and welcome back. Today we're going to talk about a real life hero who served the Indian Navy his entire life and then took to teaching to serve the nation. So, welcoming Mr. Ashish. So, could you
Thank you.
please tell us more about yourself, where you're from?
Hi, Muskan. Thank you. Thanks for inviting me here. I'm a retired naval sailor. I joined Navy in 2004, and I retired last year in July. So
Okay.
after that, in as if you want to know why I joined Navy, because
Mhm.
I come from a land in Uttarakhand called Garhwal, so and it is a land of known for soldiers only. So and in my place, you will find at least one person from each and every household serving in a defense force. And I also had a lineage in defense forces. My grandfather was in Indian Army. My father was also in Army. And why I joined Navy was just out of curiosity. I had an inclination towards the defense forces. I wanted to join a defense force, but joining Navy was just out of curiosity. I wanted to do something different also, and as well as serve the purpose. So I decided to join Indian Navy.
Okay. So, what are the few experiences of the Navy that meant the most to you?
First and foremost, the experience of Indian Navy for each and every sailor is the encounter with the rough seas, which the coastal people have that experience before, but for people who belong to hills and plain areas like the hilly areas and the northern part of the country are not familiar with the sea conditions. So it was a very different experience for me. And so that experience is uh, a memorable experience for each and every sailor. And apart from that, in my career, mm, I was selected for the commissioning of INS Vikramaditya, which is the aircraft carrier of Indian Navy. So I was part of the commissioning crew. I went to Russia with the commissioning crew, and we brought it to India. So that was a proud moment in my life, and it was the most memorable tenure in Russia when we went to bring the aircraft carrier to India. And another learning and most enriching experience in Indian Navy was when I was posted as an NCC instructor in Port Blair. So there we
Okay.
used to train cadets in Port Blair and in and around Andaman Islands. So the atmosphere and culture there is far too different from the mainland India. So it was a very much learning experience for me.
Wow, that was really interesting. So, what would you like to say? Anything? Would you like to say anything to those who wish to serve the Navy and who are currently serving?
To those who wish to serve the Navy or the Defense Forces, I would say that if you want to serve the country, it is a good opportunity, a good option to join the Defense Forces. But you should not take it only as a career. It is a glorious career, but it comes with a lot of challenges also. So at some
Okay.
point of time, you may feel disheartened that what am I doing? I'm not getting equal. I mean, what I expected before joining. So it is not like that. It is a career full of challenges and uh, a thrilling career, I would say. But at the same time, you must be ready to serve the nation at each and every cost. Okay. Now, and second thing, to those who cannot join because of some reasons, say medical conditions and all, there are students who want to join defense forces, but they are not able because there are medical requirements of defense forces. You should not be colorblind, flat foot, knee. So you should not get disheartened that okay, it is not. I will not be able to serve the nation. Wherever you are, in whatever capacity, you can serve the country. आपको कहीं भी है, आप जो भी काम करते हैं, आप एक बैंक में जॉब करते हैं, कुछ भी करते हैं, you can serve the nation by carrying out your duties. And what am I doing right now? I am feeling कि मुझे आज से पहले इतना response was serving in the Navy. After that, when I'm now teaching the kids on footpath, I'm getting more response from the society. People are recognizing me in a far better way. So आप जहाँ भी हैं, you can serve the country. But अगर आप वाकई में, if you want to join the defense forces, it is a very good career option, but it will come with challenges for sure. And yes, to those who are currently serving, I cannot give any suggestion to them. They can keep their good work. But yes, at some point of time, everybody has to retire. So whenever you retire, keep that spirit alive in you and serve the society wherever you are and whichever manner it is possible.
So this is what kept you going through all the rough times.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
So what is your opinion on women in the Navy?
Sorry, I didn't get.
What is your opinion on women in the Navy? How important do you feel is their role?
Women in the Navy and as a whole in defense forces are doing exceedingly well. Now, you might have heard of that Supreme Court judgment also. Now they will get command posts and permanent commission. So the role of the women in defense forces is increasing day by day, and now they are flying fighter jets. And very soon you will see they will be commanding flying squadrons, and in wherever they are, they will be doing. But there is some a notion in the society outside that now Supreme Court has given something, some decision, and people are feeling that they have been granted some privileges. So it should not be seen like that. It is not a privilege granted. It is something which they have proved their worth, their mettle, they have proved in the forces, and that policy barrier which was existing, that has been broken by the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court has opened the way. Now, another side of the coin is defense forces are a demanding, service which demands physical, mental capability from you at each and every step. So it is a policy. Now they have the options to get permission, permanent commission. They will get command posts, but they will have to prove themselves, and which I am very sure they will definitely do. At some point of time in future, you will see the lady officers who are now flying fighters. They will be commanding squadrons, and very in near future, not in near future, I'm not sure when it will take place, but they will command ships also as in other navies they are doing.
Wow, that was really informative. I'm pretty sure it motivated all the women watching it and wanting to join the Navy.
Sure. Yeah.
So how did you transition? How did you think about teaching?
See, the thought of teaching came to my mind when I was posted in Port Blair. There I encountered the ground reality, what is happening in the education system. See, the students, the kids who are, the children who are privileged to join, to go in private schools and pay heavy, high, fees and everything. They are they have all the resources, but the children who are studying in government schools or who come from a very poor or rural background, their parents are not aware only of the facilities which have been provided by the government to them. So I was determined at that point of time that I will do something after my retirement for the child education near my area only. In my capacity, I cannot, I don't have reach कि मैं पूरी दिल्ली में जाके इस चीज को कर पाऊँ. But so that's why I decided कि अपने एरिया से शुरू किया जाए और उसके बाद if I get some people who want to join with me, then we will expand it. So तो मैंने सोचा कि अपने एरिया से शुरू करना चाहिए. Now I have started in the footpaths of my area, and I teach the kids who are their parents are sellers on the footpath. They sell some small items, gift toys and all on the footpath. So they are not aware of the importance of education at all, at all. So this is the initiative which I have started in my area, and let's see when it progresses further. May the people will also join me. Then we will expand it in other areas also.
That's amazing. So when did this happen? Like, when did you decide to teach, and what was the age group?
It,
And what do you teach?
I have started it 3.5 months back when this all COVID situation took place, and my nephew used to get online classes from school and all. So and I saw a few other kids also who are getting online education from their schools. But these children who reside on these footpath slums, they don't have any access to internet and all, and they cannot. And out of 10, only one or two kids from there go to school who are boys, because girls though are not allowed only to go to schools, and only one or two boys used to go to school, and they have also stopped, and now they don't have any access to internet, so all total schooling is over. So I decided that at least now don't have any access to the education and schools. So I started teaching 4 or 5 kids there in that footpath. I approached their parents, and so with that I started, and the number of kids gradually increased.
Okay. So what are the subjects you're currently focusing on?
Subjects actually, teaching the subject is the biggest challenge there, because the age group is very different. I have different age groups. Few kids are, but the mental level and educational level is approximately similar, because a 12-year old girl has also not gone to school for all of her life, and a 3 to 4 year old kid also is totally blank. So but the difficult task was because 2 3 kids who have been to school in some early days, and now they are not going, so they are at least aware of basic things like alphabets and something. So to differentiate between their mental and academic level according to their history, for how long they have gone to school, I have made separate groups, 2 3 groups I have made, and I teach them in groups, and
Okay.
accordingly, I have given them books and all stationery, drawing material, everything. I have provided them as per their age groups only. And few kids who have gone to school up to third or fourth class, so I make them a group monitor or class monitor, so that they can monitor the education when they are at residing in their homes or slums. So they take care of that. I give them homework and all. So because teaching individually to giving sessions to each and every kid individually is not possible. It will take whole day. But so that's why I have made group monitors and all. So I give them tasks, I give them homework, everything, and then they do it.
It's amazing how you're providing with all this cool experience.
Yeah.
So, did you face like any difficulties or anything? And like, how did you deal with them?
Yeah, difficulty. The first difficulty and the most important thing was to convince their parents, because their parents were not at all. Before this, I went to a slum their parents were totally reluctant to send their children to school and anything. So when I approached them, तो उन्होंने मेरे को बोला कि एनजीओ से आए हो, कहाँ से आए हो, हम अपने बच्चों को यहाँ पे किसी को पढ़ाते नहीं है, कुछ नहीं करते, आपको हमारे को जरूरत नहीं है पढ़ाने की, बिकॉज ड्यूरिंग द डे टाइम व्हेन आई यूज्ड टू गो टू टीच, this is the time when they send their children to the traffic signals for begging. So So they don't want that money to go wasted. Otherwise, वो मेरे पास आके पढ़ेंगे तो फिर they will not get time to beg out of the temples and all. And like the children which I teach right now, the first day when I was teaching, their cars and people continue go, passing by, and they sometimes people come to donate sweets and all. They donate toys, everything. So they used to run away behind the cars to uh, get those things. But
Okay.
now, when I have started teaching them, नाउ दे से कि अभी अब बैठे रहो, यहाँ से कोई उठ के नहीं जाएगा, सब अपने आप वो लोग आएंगे, अपने आप डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करेंगे, विल नॉट रन आफ्टर द कार.
Mhm.
I have not told them. I have
Okay.
not told them this thing. This has come by on their own from
Wow.
inside, because that is the you know essence of education. It gives you a sense from inside only. It develops your thinking capability. So अब आज वो लोग ऐसा सोचते हैं. They don't run after cars. They don't beg in front of anybody. They don't go out of temple to ask for prasad and all. So this is the development which happening in the mind. Yeah. Another difficulty was that now these parents which I have convinced were they were also reluctant, but I told them the benefits of education, and I told them the facilities which are being provided by the government. Now, for primary kids and the secondary school kids, government provides some 250 rupees cash in the account of the child for uniforms and books and all. But they are not aware. They are not aware of the midday meals. They are not aware of the cash in lieu of midday meals is also provided in the schools.
Okay.
They're not aware of all these things. Now I told them about all this. So now they are curious, ki, okay, we will also send our children to schools.
Wow.
So these were the initial difficulties which were, convincing the parents, and after that convincing the children. I have I have called them to teach. Now initial ABCD ये वो तो अभी वो ऐसे बोलते हैं कि सर हमसे हो नहीं रहा, हमें नहीं समझ में आता, हमें नहीं पढ़ना, ऐसा वैसा. The single sentence which touched me, a kid asked me कि सर पढ़ूंगा तो पैसे कैसे कमाऊंगा.
Okay.
He meant because he has seen his father uneducated, illiterate, but he is earning money,
Mhm.
and he is a 4 or 5 year old kid, and if you will give him a 500 rupee note, and you will buy a toy or something of 250 rupees or so, he will definitely give you exact change, but he will not be able to subtract 200 from 500 or 5 out of 2. So देन आई टोल्ड हिम कि आप पढ़ाई करोगे, जो आप लोगों को ये सामान, ये टॉयज सप्लाई करते हैं जो लोग, वो आप लोगों से ज़्यादा कमा रहे हैं क्योंकि वो ज़्यादा पढ़े हुए हैं, दे आर मोर एजुकेटेड. सो हेलो, आई थॉट यू डिस्कनेक्टेड. या सो आई कन्विंस हिम इन सच अ वे दैट कि अगर वो पढ़ाई करोगे आप, तो आप इससे ज़्यादा पैसे कमाओगे, और वो जो लोग आपको ये पूरे गुड्स सप्लाई करके जाते हैं, वो कार में आके जाते हैं, तो आप भी कल को कार में जा सकते हो. इन सच अ वे आई हैड टू कन्विंस देम, and I had to lure them, you can say, because there should be some greed. We were greedy in our childhood. The greed was created by our parents that कुछ बनना है तो पढ़ाई करो, कुछ भी
Mhm.
करना है तो पढ़ाई करो, पढ़ाई के बिना नहीं हो. So that greed has to be created. So to inculcate that greed, I had to cultivate these things in their mind.
That's amazing. So, like, after all these difficulties, what kept you going in the field?
What kept me going was, the promise which I made to myself that I will have to do something for the society, wherever, however, any which way is possible. See, there may be a case कि future में I will not be able to do this. I may be doing some work which will not permit me to spend so much time there. But I will do
I'm
anyhow.
sorry.
I will do something. I will
Sorry for
at least,
interruption.
and if I will motivate them to study after 6 months.
Wait. Okay, so this is like there's some net connection issue. I don't know what's happening. Like your voice is lagging behind your video. Could you please repeat again?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your question was
So
what kept me going, right?
yes. So what kept you going in the field after all these difficulties?
Yeah. What kept me going was the promise which I made to myself that I will definitely do something for the society and especially for the child education, which there may be a case when in future I will not be able to devote so much of time for these children. But in my capability, in my capacity, whatever will be possible for them, for me to do for them, I will definitely do that. And see, we think that it is difficult, but it is very easy to do when you start it. If I will not be able to dedicate time for them, I will go on weekends, I will distribute books, drawing materials, and interesting things which, there are toys which you might have seen that abacus and everything. We can distribute that, which will definitely generate an interest towards learning. And when you will then now when the interest towards learning has been generated, they will definitely go to school, and I will go there weekly. So if I have that, I have made that promise to myself, and I will keep on doing in whichever way it is possible.
So how do you think your efforts will help the students in life?
Yeah, that's a very good question because some people think that only teaching ABCD and basic subtraction, addition, and all, and some motivational stories will not help them. It is not like that. It will definitely help them because maybe these kids will not benefit from them. Now, I have a 16-year-old girl who will probably get married after 1 or 2 years because the marrying age in these slums are 17, 18 year old boy gets married, and 16, 17 years, 14, 15-year old girl also gets married. That's the average marrying age. So that girl will get married, but if the interest towards learning has been cultivated in her mind, she will definitely get her child educated irrespective of his or her gender. So
That's amazing.
that thing that 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 thing has to be cultivated definitely in their mind that education is important. Now, most of them who have joined me there, the kids who come for classes, I am very sure if I have around 20 to 25 kids as of now. I mean, four or five keep on living and going, living and joining, it keeps on happening. But out of this, 80 to 90% of them will definitely keep on learning wherever they go, and they will force their parents to, get them admitted in a school. Definitely.
So what are your goals for next year?
My goal for next year is to add on as much as it's possible for because as of now I have to follow these social distancing norms also. I don't take more than 10 to 12 kids, and if there are more kids, so I divide them in batches and I call them on alternate days because as of now, we have to keep this social distancing thing also in mind. But when all this situation improves, I would like to add more and more kids from other nearby slums also, and most important thing, I would like other people also to join because it will not be possible for me to all alone cater for all the slums nearby. And there are people who are getting inspired who keep passing by and they see me teaching them on the footpath. So definitely few people will also join me, and then we will increase it, we will expand it in our area. I want to expand it as much as possible, and people can deliver lectures in their own, localities. So at some day it will happen that everybody will join schools. Other it will be of my footpath school or their own schools, but they will go to school.
That's amazing. Thank you, Mr. Ashish. It was great, 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 great talking to you. And I feel really motivated. I feel like teaching kids myself, and I'm pretty sure all the viewers feel motivated as well.
Thank you
And
for that.
thank you so much for the information about the army and about the education policies. I feel like it's going to be really helpful to all of us.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thanks for inviting me. Yeah, it was great talking to you.
All right. Thank you. I'll just stop the recording.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
All right. All right. Bye bye.
Okay. My good wishes to you and your team.
I wish you all the best too for your teaching experience.
Yeah.
I wish
Keep up
like
the
you build a really big
thank you. Thank you.
batch of kids.
Yeah, sure.